Hello and welcome back to the Ask Johnny channel. If there was an advanced civilization on Earth millions of years ago, what the hell happened to it? G'day Johnny, here we are back for another bloody exciting episode. G'day Johnny, welcome back for another exciting episode. What have you got for us? Okay Johnny, this is from Hashbang. And Hashbang's in Utah. Hello to everybody in Utah, keep watching us for bloody Christ's sake. But Johnny Hashbang says, Johnny, your shows on ancient civilizations have been an eye-opener. But what happened to these civilizations, Johnny? Signed, Hashbang from Utah, thanks Hashbang. Johnny, yeah, where did they go? An advanced civilization, what the hell happened to it? Well, perhaps it advanced so much, Johnny. It advanced to such a point that it could leave planet Earth and just leave all the recipients. Get out of here. But probably, Johnny, the leaving of Earth just didn't all happen in one big bang like Battlestar Galactica. They all took off at once. The leaving of Earth could have been over thousands of years. Boy, Jesus, that's a possibility. Perhaps when they started leaving, Johnny, humans were just, was just Australopithecus and Homo erectus and all those bloody missing link peoples.
The Stone Age, a time long before metal and when our ancestors looked more ape than man.
They left Earth and shot for the stars? Imagine if you were primitive people, Johnny, way back when you were carrying stone axes and everything, that you just saw some sort of a big spaceship leaving Earth. If the primitive people saw something like that, they wouldn't know what the hell they were seeing. What the hell would you think of? Well, you'd think it was a god. What, so there was an advanced civilization on Earth at the same time as primitive peoples? But why didn't they go in and educate the primitive peoples and teach them a religion and steal their land and do all that sort of stuff? Maybe it took 1,000,000 years for humans or pre-humans, the advanced civilization or whatever. Maybe it took them 1,000,000 years to just gently leave Earth. Oh, and it was gradual. Yeah, leave Earth. And by the time the last bloody peoples were leaving in huge big spaceships, primitive peoples developed enough to say, what the fucking hell is that? But Johnny, the Catholic Church and modern civilization has done so much for primitive indigenous people throughout the world. We're doing the same thing here, really, Johnny, with chimpanzees. We're doing all this stuff, flying around in bloody aeroplanes, driving cars and everything. But give us 1,000,000 years, we might have left this bloody planet. And the chimps and orangutans, they might have developed by then into thinking, articulate people. And they might be finding our bloody remains and saying, how can bloody primitive chimpanzees do that without any tools? Johnny, the Catholic Church and modern civilization has done so much for a primitive. I mean, imagine, Johnny, in 1,000 years, humans start leaving the Earth. We start immigration or migration to other planets, if you like. But the chimpanzees and all the animals are just going along as they've always done. In 1,000,000 years' time, Johnny, are you trying to tell me that there was an advanced civilization living on Earth in conjunction with primitive peoples and the advanced civilization? They got so advanced that they just eventually pissed off and left the Earth, and the primitive peoples were just left here like they are. Say we left in 1,000 years, Mount Rushmore would still be there. Yes, Mount Rushmore would still be there. It'd just get covered in vines and Christ knows what and sit there for 1,000,000 years. And when the chimps are developed, or whoever it is, but it's probably going to be the chimps, they develop archaeology and bloody all sorts of stuff, and they uncover Mount Rushmore and they say, Jesus Christ, who bloody built this? And perhaps, Johnny, that's why all the primitive peoples, it seems, way back when, they were all interested in bloody stars and what's going on up in the moon and...
High above the Sonora Desert of Arizona sits the largest collection of optical telescopes in the world, the Kitt Peak National Observatory. Here, every day and night, more than 50 astronomers from all over the planet gather to peer up into the sky, hoping against hope to understand the universe and our place in it.
Where in the New World did it come from? This intense preoccupation with the heavens? This urge to build huge observatories like Kitt Peak?
answer, ancient Mesoamerica.
And the bloody summer solstice was and all that sort of bloody crap, because there was gods up there, because 10,000 bloody generations before them, humans did go to the stars.
Astronomers of many cultures have been working deeply on the observation and theory of the positions of the sun, moon, planets, and stars. It's remarkable that the Mayans, Chinese, Indians, Babylonians, and Greeks all had measured the orbital periods of the planets to parts per million accuracy, even 2 millennia ago.
And of course, Johnny, we don't have any real evidence that this sort of bloody thing happened, but by Jesus, there's a lot of stuff lying around that shows that there must have been more advanced civilization back then sometime.
The world to Egypt and the famous unfinished obelisk at Aswan. To this day, the enormous obelisk lays encased in granite bedrock, a monstrosity some 42 meters long and well over 1,000 tons, more than twice the size of the largest completed Egyptian obelisk. But it was not just the size that confused modern archaeologists. More perplexing, the obelisk was carved out of pink granite, an extremely hard rock, and one much harder than the tools used by ancient Egyptians. Simply, if Egyptians had used their bronze and dolerite tools on pink granite, the tools would have worn out faster than the rock. Further, the obelisk was laying in a deep trench, which would not have left room for a hard blow. If an Egyptian hammer already wasn't strong enough to carve the granite, it would be even less so, without room to wind up and strike firmly. With this in mind, archaeologists examining the obelisk noticed what appeared to be strange tool marks on the side, described as scoops, as if done with a belt sander on wood. This was not a pattern made by hammering tools, nor, for that matter, any type of tool the ancient Egyptians possessed. Curiously, similar scoops were found in megaliths in Peru and elsewhere.
So, Johnny, let me get this right. You're supposing there was an advanced civilization, probably maybe 1 million years ago. Maybe. More advanced than us. Could be, Johnny. And it became so advanced that it's gone from Earth. Maybe. And has been coming back periodically over the last 100,000 years or so. Could possibly be. Well, by Jesus, Johnny, well, yeah. And now 10,000 years later, we've got all sorts of religions, Johnny, and all religions were based on primitive peoples observing advanced civilization. Humans just leaving the Earth. Oh, Jesus. Or coming back occasionally to pick things up. They might forget things, or crossing over back and forth a little bit. Surely that would happen. And perhaps Earth was deemed some sort of a park or some bloody thing. Where you just couldn't go down there and fuck around with peoples and tribes and all that, because you'd stuff them up. Oh yeah, that's a possibility. Perhaps there's a rule, and every now and then we see someone breaking that rule who says, I'm just going to nick down, don't tell anyone, I'm going to nick down to Earth and have a bit of a look, we'll scare the shit out of them, don't tell anyone. And that's why we see bloody strange things in the sky occasionally. Why didn't they? But they might also say, Johnny, keep your eye on them. Keep your eye on those bloody dumb Australopithecus, because they've developed nuclear weapons and things are getting a bit dicey down there. Just keep an eye on them. They're only dumb apes with nuclear weapons after all. Okay. Well, something's been going on, Johnny, way back in the midst of time, that's for bloody sure.